Type shit.
All right, Luis, I'm gonna let you go first because I know you a WWE fan as well as me,
I'm a
Brandon,
Let's
wrestler.
get
Champ,
You
it.
see
and
my
Chris.
gear? Y'all see my gear? I'm a wrestler myself. Y'all see it?
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. So I'm starting the starting bench. It could go either or. I'm starting Kane. I'm benching Big Show. And I'm cutting Mick Foley. The
All right,
reason
why are you cutting Mick Foley?
the reason why I'm cutting Mick Foley, I think Mick Foley for two things to the casual audience. He's known for getting his ass beat, and he's known for helping saving the WWF by beating The Rock. Now, when it comes to overall peak as a superstar, Kane's character work with the Undertaker back all the way in the '80s, in the golden era, that can't be unmatched. Kane has one of the greatest debuts of all time. If Kane was properly using his career, we could be talking about him as if he was a top 10 WWE superstar of all time. Now, when we look at Big Show might be the greatest giant since Andre the Giant, or to many
Yeah.
people's eyes, he is the greatest giant. So Mick Foley, as a legend as he is, in ring wise, and even storytelling wise, compared to Kane, I can't give the nod over him. And just the it factor compared to Big Show, I can't put him over Big Show either. Like both those guys can put asses in seats. Mick Foley, like when you see a Mick Foley match, it's great. It's going to be a bloodbath, but that's how far his peak can go.
Champ?
Okay, here we go. I'm starting Kane because without, I mean, you can't mention the Attitude Era without mentioning Kane.
Mhm.
You can't. I mean, you got to start with Rock, Austin, Undertaker, Kane. I mean, and that storyline, the way they took their time doing it was. I remember when Kane used to come in and I mean, at the peak of his invincibility, the whole arena would be red. I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that like it was yesterday. Uh, I'm benching Mick. People don't want to give Mick Foley credit
Absolutely.
because the thing is, people don't remember during the peak of the Attitude Era, Stone Cold was out with a neck injury,
97.
and although he was getting beat, who was carrying Triple H, who was helping Triple H carry the company in the early 2000s? It was Mick Foley,
That
who
rivalry was
had
great.
up until that point, who has up until that point the most two classic Hell in a Cell matches, arguably in history. Mick
Mick
Foley.
Foley.
And my thing is, people don't want to bring this up. He's the only one that succeeded in every single promotion. He succeeded in WCW, he succeeded in the WWE, and he succeeded in ECW. Put hardcore wrestling on the map, him and Terry Funk.
Mhm.
Put hardcore wrestling on the map. When you talk about hardcore wrestling, you mention three people: Abdullah the Butcher, Mick Foley, Terry Funk. They invented hardcore wrestling. So, I mean, and look who put The Rock. I mean, when you think about The Rock, look who put him over. Mick Foley,
Foley.
Survivor Series, 1998.
Mick Foley.
He put The Rock over by, in person. People don't even get it to this day. He re-impersonated the Montreal Screwjob in 98. So people don't give Mick Foley a lot of credit because, he gets lost between Rock, Austin, and Taker during the Attitude Era, but you can't talk about him, during the late Attitude Era and the time where Austin is out and, the rivalry between him and Triple H, the street fight at the Royal Rumble, and, the Rock and Sock connection. People forgotten about the Rock and Sock connection?
Mr. Sacco.
Mr. Sacco, people forgot about that. I'm benching the big and I'm cutting the Big Show. The reason is, when has he ever had a true peak? When has he ever had a true run with the title, whether that be in WCW or in the
The
WWE?
I'd
WWE.
say around the best I've seen Big Show be used was around 2012 when he beat Sheamus for the World Heavyweight Championship, and that was when I felt like that was Big Show's probably best run
Yeah,
with the world title.
even
Then he lost to Del Rio,
yeah,
but
but the thing, I mean, I seen Big Show once.
mm,
I think
Seen
you lost.
Big Show win the title back in 2000, when he won against Triple H and The Rock in that in the triple threat match at Survivor Series. Yeah, it was 1999.
Right.
And he
But
beat Brock Lesnar in SummerSlam.
he
I
beat
think
Brock
it was in
Lesnar he beat Brock Lesnar, but all of those title reigns were so short-lived.
Mhm.
It was as if they handed him the title in order to hand it off to somebody else. He was never truly the man.
Yeah.
You know, he was never truly the man. He was good, but he was never truly the man, either during the Attitude Era or during any era of wrestling. He was never the man. I mean, a lot of people wasn't sitting around, you know, I like the Giant, but nobody was literally clamoring saying, hey, I came to see the Giant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one thing I'll say about Mick Foley that he doesn't get enough credit on is how he helped elevate a lot of superstars. Like you mentioned Triple H in the street fight, like he helped elevate Triple H a lot. You mentioned we can even talk about the Ruthless Aggression era where he faced Randy Orton and that made Randy Orton the
He
legend
was
killer.
putting these guys over.
When he helped Edge going through that flaming table, that helped
WrestleMania
Edge.
21, WrestleMania 22, yeah.
Like he's done a lot of helping out superstars. Even The Rock, like with The Rock,
they
helped him be more hated.
Yeah, they redid the Survivor Series. People, I will never forget this. And this is what wrestling. I was fortunate and blessed to be a wrestling fan at the peak of wrestling. I will never forget halftime heat. Him and The Rock went at it in an empty arena match at halftime during the Super Bowl. And just as many people was watching that match as they was the Super Bowl halftime show. Go back and look at it. Halftime heat, empty arena match.
That was when he went with the forklift where he put the board.
Yeah, when he pinned him with the forklift. Yeah. Just as many people watched that match, halftime Sunday Night Heat, as they did the Super Bowl halftime show.
It's insane.
And this was on regular network television. Usually that will be on a pay-per-view. So, hey man, you got to give Mick Foley props.
To this day, like Mick Foley has top 2 Hell in a Cell match. I mean, also
Undertaker match when Undertaker threw him off the Hell in a Cell.
What doesn't get talked about is how much he's willing to put himself through for people's entertainment. Like he went into that match with the tooth in his nose, fucked up hip, and still did all that shit and made Undertaker look like $1 million fucking bucks. Like.
And I think as far as character and personality,
3 characters at the same time.
Hardcore Legend, Mr. Cactus Jack. I like his personality more than I like Kane and Big Show. So I'm with Champ with this one. I start Kane. I think the Attitude Era. Also, too, I think he's a better in-ring wrestler than those two. Foley, because of the personality, the character, and the sacrifices that he made, cut Big Show. Like when you look at Big Show's career, when did you ever say he was like the face of the WWE or the WCW? Never. He was a great wrestler. I take nothing away from that, but you never looked at him as like the guy. Even early in the 2000s in SmackDown, there was still Brock Lesnar.
It was John Cena where he won the U.S. title, and then
Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
All right.
Undertaker.
Undertaker too. Of course, Edge. You can't. Edge, and also rest his
soul,
Eddie Guerrero. Yeah, you can't forget him. And then later on, Rey Mysterio. So, Jabari, who you starting and benching and cutting?
Yeah, I remember watching that 2000 wrestling growing up. I wasn't too big on it though. I definitely remember Kane, so I'm gonna start Kane. I'm gonna bench Mick Foley, and I'm gonna cut Big Show.
All right, Brandon.
Yep. Brandon starting Roman.
Yo,
he said he had Roman Reigns top 10.
That's ridiculous.
We'll get to that, but
we can shit give him all the clips in the world. I can shut that shit down.
Nah, I'm starting Kane. I'm benching. Shoot. I'm gonna bench the Big Show. I'm cutting Mick Foley.
All right. Trade 25V.
Well, of course, I'm starting Kane. I'm on bench Mick Foley and I'm cutting the Big Show. And this is the thing people don't know when it comes to. This is the thing people look at when it comes to Kane. People always look back at the Attitude Era and say, "Oh, that was the best Kane." Like, dog, I remember the Ruthless Aggression Era when he first took his mask off for the first time and he
chokeslammed RVD to a
showing his face. When he started showing his face, it was like, bro,
let's not forget Shane McMahon. Him and Shane McMahon.
Hey, bro, he electrocuted his nuts, yo. Never see that again.
And then
the car situation, Luis. Remember the car situation? Remember Shane?
The car situation.
He tombstoned the priest.
Yes.
Oh,
and he also tombstoned Linda McMahon. He also tombstoned Linda
McMahon. Who could forget the infamous interview he did with JR?
Oh, when he set him on fire.
I was like, what is wrong with this dude? What is wrong with him?
Also, another thing I'll say about Kane is the deciding factor for me for me to start him is later on in their career. I think Kane was a lot more popular, especially with tag teaming with Daniel Bryan and uniting Team Hell No. I think that right there puts him over because they were at one point the most over tag team in the world. And
I'm gonna say this, and I know some of y'all are some of y'all on this panel are like Attitude Era savants, right?
Talking to you, champ.
I don't think him and Undertaker was the best tag team to me.
I don't think no.
No,
the greatest WWE tag team of all time is the Usos. They locked that down.
No, I don't think they was the best. I don't think they was like hit because he's had a lot of tag team partners. I don't think Undertaker was his best tag team partner. You know who his best tag team partner was?
Mick Foley.
Big Show.
Big Show.
That run him and Big Show had no 6. Well, they was unstoppable. Couldn't nobody beat them.
How the Usos? I keep asking.
Yeah, I was about to ask you. Yeah, how is the Usos not?
They're better than the Road Warriors as a tag team.
I will comfortably take them over the Road Warriors. I think in ring wise, they clear. As characters, they clear. Individually, they clear.
Over the Road Warriors.
As on the mic, they clear.
Wait 1 second. You do realize the word pop came from the Road Warriors, right? They call it the Road Warrior pop.
I understand that, but just because they came first, it don't make them the best.
So they better than Harlem Heat.
I would take them over Harlem. I said WWE. Harlem Heat.
Oh yeah, they were like, bro, they better than
mainly WCW.
When it comes to them and the Harlem Heat, I'm like, dog, they better than them.
Harlem Heat is mainly WCW. I'm talking about strictly WWE. We can add WWE. WWF and WWE. The Usos are the greatest tag team of all time. They literally have accolades to back it up. They literally have everything you want in superstars. You want character work. You want promo work. You want asses and seats. They're WrestleMania main eventers, for God's sake. That hasn't been done since WrestleMania 1.
I'm gonna be very, very honest with you.
The Road Warriors would never sniff that. Never.
The Road Warriors sold out SummerSlam, bro, at its peak. And back then there was only like 4 pay-per-views.
Also sold out Hollywood.
So, I mean, like I said, I'll agree to disagree. The Usos are top 3, but I mean, then again, I'll put them top 4 because I can't take them over Edge and Christian.
No. Edge and Christian never had that. Christian is my favorite wrestler of all time. This is unbiased. Edge and Christian. The main thing about Edge and Christian is a lot of people they remember their TLC wins, but Edge and Christian have never had a tag team title run that really solidified them, especially to be on the level or in the same breath as the Usos. The Edge and Christian not even better than the Hardys. Let's keep it a bean. They're not even better than the Dudleys. They're not even on the same level.
Yeah, they're not better than neither one of them groups.
Number one, I'm taking best tag team of all time, the only tag team champions to win in every single promotion.
The Dudleys.
WCW, AWA, ECW, WWE. And that was The Road Warriors.
Oh, so you got them won.
I can't.
I got.
I'm talking strictly.
Pay attention to what I just said. They won in the NWA, the National Wrestling Alliance. They won WCW, WWE, AWA, ECW. The only other tag team in order to do that,
I can't put outside accolades when I'm ranking WWE.
That's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say. I was going to say, like, well, the Douglas could say they did the same. The Douglas could say they did the same thing.
Yeah, the Dudleys did it way better than the Road Warriors. If we're keeping it a beam, the Dudleys are the greatest tag team in wrestling.
I hope you're clipping. PSP. I hope you're clipping this.
If we're, I said this.
I will. You know, I'm gonna.
I said this plea to my kid. I said, as strictly as WWE in the history of WWE, the Usos are the greatest WWE tag team of all time, and it's not close at all.
Overall,
are the Road Warriors better than New Day?
The Road Warriors.
Are the Road Warriors better than New Day?
Are
the Road Warriors better than New Day?
Yes.
No.
Whoa.
Go back and look at the Road Warriors and look at their body of work. Go back.
I'm looking at the body of work, and
my thing is, we're talking about strictly. People get so caught up in wrestling because they want to talk about strictly the WWE. Like I said, I'm old enough to remember the territory days. I'm old enough to remember the AWA. It doesn't just come to recency. My thing is, if you ask anybody from any generation, from my generation on back on forward, everybody will tell you which tag team you remember the most. They will tell you the Road Warriors.
Remembering and being better.
The Legion of Doom. They will, and they put the most butts in seats that you would ever want to have.
How unfair is it to bring up outside accolades when the Usos have only wrestled in one place for the past 13 years? They've never wrestled anywhere else.
It's only one place to go. It's fair to do that now. There's only one place to go.
They've never wrestled anywhere else. They've been in WWE for the past for over 10 years now. They've never wrestled anywhere else. That's unfair to bring up outside accolades when ranking WWE tag teams.
Overall, the Road Warriors cleared them.
No,
because I
think if we're talking promos, the Usos clear. If we're talking about in-ring work, the Usos clear. If we're talking about moments, the Usos clear. If we're talking about money draws, they were WrestleMania main eventers. This WrestleMania 39, the highest gate in any WrestleMania history. The Usos main event in night one. If we're talking about merchandise sales, the Usos were literally like a main focal point in what most people call the greatest wrestling story of all time in the Bloodline. A lot of people have the Bloodline regarded as the greatest story ever. I can't put the Road Warriors. The Road Warriors have never done anything like that. They've never had the peak of the Usos. Not to mention undisputed tag team champions. I can't. No,
they won. That goes back to what I just said. The only tag team in wrestling history to win the tag titles at every major promotion.
They can do that. They can do that. But if we're going peak for peak, you can't. They're not better on the mic. Absolutely not. They don't have better characters individually or together. It's not possible. If we're talking about moments, they don't have better moments than the Usos. If we talk about match quality, memorable matches, it's not even comparable. If we even talk about making stars, like they literally saved Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens from being dog shit. Like. It's not, and like I said, WrestleMania main eventers. I don't think people understand how hard it is to be a WrestleMania main eventer, especially as a tag team. And I'm just talking. I know you're talking about overall. I'm still sticking with just WWE. The Usos
rightfully
are the
so.
WWE
That's all. Rightfully so. I'm older. You're younger. So that's all the younger generation have seen was the WWE. But like I said, I've seen these guys wrestle in the WCW in New Japan.
Hey, Coach, you got to see me on PC Wrestling. I watched way more than just WWE, man.
So no. I'm not taking anything from you
right now, though.
But if you ask the casual fan, the only thing that the casual fan, you're not a casual fan. The only thing that they will mention is the WWE. Like I said, I am old enough to remember all the promotions and stuff like that. Go back and look at the Road Warriors documentary. I challenge you to do that. I mean, because the Road Warriors
as the tag team have a bigger peak than the Mega Powers?
No, they did not. It's kind of hard to beat Macho Man. You're not gonna beat Macho Man and Hulk Hogan at their peak, bro. I don't care who you are.
And to me,
I'm get the
that's kind of hard. I mean,
I always thought the Road Warriors, they were cool, but I always thought the Dudleys was better than them. And you bring up the fact that they won in every promotion. You didn't even mention the fact that they won when they was in Japan.
Yeah, Dudleys have won in WWE, TNA.
This is when they was in TNA.
ECW,
this is when they was in TNA. They was winning titles in Japan.
Champ, I'm gonna let you have the last word before we move on to the next one.
Hey, Champ, you know it's all love, Champ. You know it's all love.
No, it's all love, man. This is man. Look, man, I respect each and every last one of y'all, especially PSP. He brings us together every single week. This is just sports. My love of sports or anything does not exceed the respect I have for you, gentlemen. And let that be known. If we can clip that.
Yeah, we
definitely. My boy PSP, you look drained, bro. We're sorry, bro.
No, I'm good. I'm chilling.